holding up against those guys if they were blitzing. But it was a great throw and a great catch by KJ. And honestly, the catch he made before that, I thought that was maybe even better. But he's been a guy in Arizona, made a couple big plays. I think maybe last week in some of the deals. So when the game's been on the line, he's produced.
By the way, I think the Vikings have 3 receivers on pace for 1,000 yards. A lot of background noise there. Randy in Cottage Grove, what's going on there, buddy?
I'm just outside enjoying some fresh air.
All right. I mean, it sounds like a tornado is blowing through your neighborhood or wherever you are. Right?
I'm outside just helping clean up, make the world look a little better, a little less litter.
Wow. Oh, wait. I got a question off that. Is this on your own, or is this some type of program that mandates you help clean things up?
It's me and some buddies, some guys, some fellas that all do this at a scheduled time a couple of times a month.
Who
Are
schedules
you wearing
it?
a bright coat of sorts from the state?
There's a lot of different ways you can go about making amends, as they say, and this is one of the ways you can get your good name back.
All right. Well, we're not here to judge, even though we are. So good luck with that. Just steer clear of the busy traffic.
All I gotta say is pay the parking tickets if you get them.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Very important.
All right.
Glad public service.
Good life advice for everybody. Well, thank you for taking some time away from your community or whatever you're doing out there.
Whoops.
I'll start on the other end of the street when I get done to this end.
Randy.
Of this end.
Randy,
You're on.
Hello?
Randy, we're live here, buddy.
Yeah, okay. I got a lot of thoughts.
Yeah, what did you think? Vikings big road victory yesterday? Carolina?
It's a signature win again for the second week in a row, and this one was a road one, as you said. And they're starting to rack them up. That's 2 in a row. And
I'm not sure if I would call the Lions a signature win. I mean, you can maybe call yesterday.
Anytime you win on the road in the NFL against a high-powered offense and a pretty stout defense too, those Panthers guys are flying around. That's a good win. It's a good W, a signature win so far this year for sure.
Yeah, so let's get it. Stud stable.
All right,
Judd has no time for your Vikings optimism right now, Randy.
Well, no, he's busy. He's got to pick stuff up. I don't want him to get in trouble with his
start it up.
supervisor.
All right.
It started.
Start it up.
Here. All right. This
It's
is
going.
Randy
Oh, my
and
God.
Cottage Grove's Week 6 Vikings stud stable.
Yeah.
Go get it. All right.
We're going to have to do this one stud stable by the side of Highway 61 here between Hastings and Cottage Grove.
Nice.
But we're still excited about it.
Just be careful. It's a busy highway.
The number one stud of the week is the super stud, of course, and he's coming up in a little bit. But first, let's start things off with a guy who absolutely came to play yesterday. And that's Alexander Madison. Alexander, you are really starting to make a lot of people wonder if we should have given Delvin all that scratch. You keep doing this like you're doing it, Delvin, you might be finding yourself on the old trading block, because Alexander Madison is a stud.
All right.
He played?
No, he played. Alexander Madison had 3 carries for 10 yards.
The way he ran the rock yesterday was purposeful. It had a lot of intent behind it. And I like the way he's ready to go deep in the season.
Did you watch the game?
He's not going to get hurt like Delvin. Coming up next is Tyler Conklin. Tyler,
All right.
your flow is unmatched on the squad. The only thing that I think, Tyler, that you're going to really want to work on down the stretch is a little bit of a signature move after a first down catch.
I agree
A little
with
bit of a swagger. Kind of pull the hips from side to side and give it a bit of a thrust. That's a big way to say first down.
I'm with Randy on that one. I don't know about the Alex Madison
Does he
thing,
need an
but I
Elvis
think-
Presley move?
Over on the defense,
Mhm.
there's a lot of guys who I think deserve a real big shout out. But perhaps none bigger, in my opinion, than the guy we brought back from the brink of NFL disaster, Everson Griffin. Everson, you eat quarterbacks for lunch. And yesterday, you were really looking hungry. I like the way you push through the line and the way you look in the camera with a little extra smile after a big throwdown. Everson, you're a stud.
He is charismatic.
I
Ever
didn't see the
since
sack yesterday. But
And finally, here's a guy who I was sour on. I was sour on early in the year, but he's led a whole lot of comebacks. It isn't his fault. There was a fumble and a bad Joseph once. He's led a whole lot of comebacks almost every week. What more can you ask out of this guy? And he's the captain of the ship. And if they let him loose and unchain him, we're gonna rattle off a few more of these wins. So not just a stud, but this week, Kirk Cousins, you're a super stud.
Wow.
I
Wow.
do like that.
Super stud, dude.
Super stud.
Randy.
Is I think his PO might have gotten him.
Yeah, he was supposed. I mean, he's working for the state. We're fortunate.
I
he
had
called
questions.
It all.
I mean,
Well,
I'm a big
I've got one
Alexander
question.
Madison guy, but like
too.
Dalvin Cook had 29 carries for $140 and a touchdown
Griff-
in that game.
and Ev had no sacks. I wonder how much of that game he watched.
Is it possible he was maybe hanging
So
out with
drunk.
his buddies on the side
Yes.
of 61 yesterday too?
Well, my theory at times is he gets so drunk during games that he sort of just blacks out, and that the next day just basically makes up what he thinks he saw.
That's very possible. That's very possible. I've done that in my day watching Gopher football, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Back
that's
in the
forgivable.
Old Macadac back in the Glen Mason
That's
days.
forgivable. That's called self-preservation.
That Michigan game in 2003, I was there physically. Oh,
You're
really
dead
sure what
inside
happened.
after
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Your Gopher football fandom dead inside.
Hey, how about some bonus statements here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I got some.
I know Declan has a non-Vikings one that maybe we
I
should
do.
just get to. In fact, this one's
Good.
going to be
Yeah.
sponsored by our friends at the Minnesota Wild. All right. We are giving away Minnesota Wild tickets to the October 24th game against the Predators. All you have to do is open the SKOR North app. If you don't already have it, download it, register, and enter to win. We'll pick a winner on October 21st. And if you are a college student, discounts are back this season for College Night at the X, and Wild tickets start at just $39. There's a few games to choose from each month, and you can find out more at wild.com/theme packs. All right, Declan, continue
All right.
carrying the torch for statements here.
Weekend statement is referees are trash and don't tell me how to react. That's my statement here. Referees are trash and don't tell me how to react. I went to 3M at Mariucci Arena on Friday night. Gophers and Huskies, go St. Cloud State. Proud alumni here. St. Cloud gets a big win in Minneapolis. I'm fired up. I'm excited. Series goes back up north to St. Cloud at the Herb Brooks National Hockey Center. St. Cloud looking for a sweep. It's overtime. And maybe one of the most egregious plays, and I'll play it here for our video audience, and I believe this is Jim Rich and Pat Micheletti on the call. And for our YouTube audience, you'll see one of the most absurd non-calls I think you'll ever see in hockey.
I'm so disappointed.
Oh, he pulled. Yeah, he grabbed him right here.
I mean, it's right in front of him.
This one's gonna be
My
talked
Lord.
about for a while.
That is, I'm sorry. I know refereeing is not
No.
it's not an easy job. They do a great job. That is atrocious.
For our audio audience, Blake McLaughlin of the Gophers clearly hooks the St. Cloud player. In fact, even drags him to the ground.
Yeah,
That's what,
perfect.
that's what you saw.
And looks
St.
back at the
Husky guy.
referee like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm caught dead-handed. No call. He skates a circle around. And yes, the St. Cloud player should have not given up on the play. You'll play to the whistle. I'll tell you right now, that's going to be stamped on every Pee Wee hockey team for the rest of eternity because he didn't play for the whistle. And that's not a dive. That's not a dive. Gopher fans, you are insane to say that's a dive. And St. Cloud fans get pissed. Rightfully so. They start throwing crap on the ice. That is an egregious call. When the league, the NCHC, has to come out and put a press release that says that should have been called a penalty, that says
conference.
everything you need to know.
We're a Big Ten team.
All right.
Okay.
Play it again. Let me actually hold on. Let me give you. So that's a St. Cloud perspective. Okay, let's get the Gopher perspective as a guy who
what
went
do you
to
see,
every
Phil?
Gopher hockey home game
God,
for
dude.
4 years between 2003 and 2007. Okay, I saw. They don't have great skate sharpeners up there in St. Cloud. They don't have the resources in St. Cloud that they do here in the Twin Cities. And so, I saw a guy who lost an edge. And I saw a Gophers player looking back saying, oh, it's not really fair that St. Cloud player lost an edge. I'm going to slow up, let him catch back up to me, and then we'll continue the play. Let's watch it again through that prism. Clearly,
I'm so disappointed.
Oh, he pulled. Yeah, he grabbed him right here.
I mean, it's right there in front of him. I'm so disappointed.
Oh, he pulled. Yeah, he grabbed him right here.
I mean, it's right there.
I would go back
Before
to
he calls anything.
I'd go back to Play It Again Sports or wherever he got those skates sharpened, and
Get
I
them
would
sharpened up
demand
again?
a $5 refund. I mean, that is just at that stage in the game for you to lose an edge like that and slip. I mean, what bad luck for St. Cloud State.
God almighty. It made me insane. It made me absolutely insane. And I'm not, look, I like St. Cloud, okay? I'm an alumni. I'm proud to have went to the St. Cloud State University. Everyone rags on St. Cloud State. It's the party school. It's everyone's favorite safety school. Yet here I am in the same industry with you people who have a bajillion more dollars in debt from Mizzou and U of M and wherever else. But here I am doing the same thing you're doing. But yeah, go Huskies. Referees, you're trash. You're absolutely trash.
But it's your referees. That's the best thing. They're the referees from your conference who screwed you against the Big Ten team.
Did you just do it? You just did a drive-by. Declan's doing a drive-by, and it looked like he hit Mizzou. I think he hit Northwestern. He might have hit Syracuse Journalism School. I'm not sure.
Yeah, take that, Mike Tirico. Bleep you, Mike Tirico.
Fordham University has nothing on St. Cloud State.
Screw you, Bob
right?
Costas.
Yeah.
The referees suck.
Yeah, Tony Reale.
It's the
Fordham.
NCHC.
No,
it's your league that screwed your team playing a Big Ten team.
God.
Explain that one to me.
It is hilarious though. Like when the Gophers player not only like he knows instantly that he committed a penalty, and he like turns back to argue with the official about a call that wasn't made.
You know,
and then he's like, I guess I'll just keep skating. Here, let's score the game-winning goal real quick. He started bitching at the official for a call that wasn't even made.
He started to argue a call that was not being made. But here's the most egregious thing is the official had a bailout. You call the hold, you call embellishment, you send them both off, and you stop the game. So, like, there's a bailout call, which I hate, but it exists.
But
and
if it's a hold, I mean, this is a whole other discussion, but, like, if it's a hold or a hook or whatever.
Yeah, he grabbed his jersey.
Then why would it also be embellishment? Who cares if it's embellishment? You're getting accosted.
I agree with you completely, but that's the rule. The rule is if I try and sell a penalty, I can be called even though it's still a penalty. It makes no sense, but it's the bailout. And they had it. They could have just stopped the game, sent both guys off. They would have gotten yelled at, but okay. But instead, he just lets it go like, I don't see anything.
Amazing.
And poor Jim Rich and Micheletti and Mark Parrish went apoplectic. It was a great call.
So were those guys calling the game on behalf of St. Cloud State?
Yes.
No, well, yeah. So it's through Fox, and the St. Cloud State TV student production team puts together the game. So they're running the broadcast for it at St. Cloud.
Those kids do a nice job, I think.
They do a very good job.
Like, that's a tough job.
It is.
Nice.
It is better than some local.
Oh, boy.
I'm going to stop. I'm going to take too many
Yeah,
drives.
Mr. Alex Faust.
Take a step back.
Alex Faust is the best play-by-play guy in hockey history. A guy that won't watch BSN. I told you, they're really improving.
All right, back over to Judd here. Bonus statements.
All right, bonus statement from me is this. Marcus Foligno is now, without a doubt, the heart and soul of your Minnesota Wild. Marcus Foligno. So he was that guy, I think, to a large degree last year, but Suter's gone. Parisi's gone. This is Jared Spurgeon's captain, but Marcus Foligno runs this team, and he does it in a way that is a breath of fresh air. He doesn't complain. He's not the greatest player, but he's a good player, and he shows up every night. Like we talk about, that culture thing, right? I'm sick of culture. Who cares about culture? Well, in sports, culture is important. And Marcus Foligno has established a culture that holds players accountable. Imagine that with the Wild. Players are accountable. And he also has established a culture that basically makes everybody on the team important. And then most importantly, he comes to play every single night, every shift. This is how you win. I'm not guaranteeing a thing, but I am saying after watching the BS that we've seen, Dex, the last 6 or 7 years previous, more so to last season, this is how you win in hockey especially.
Yeah, I mean, he has a unquantifiable non-box score tendency with him. that is very important to this team's culture and their just mantra going forward. I got ratioed because I said his statistics are going to come down because last year he played out of his mind offensively, and he's just not a player who can be a 55-point person, which is what he was on pace for last year. So regression was going to come to his game offensively. Doesn't mean he's still going to be a detriment to this team. He's a very, very important player to this team.
Yeah. The Wild are coming, boys. The Wild.
Yes,
So you've got leadership on the ice in the room. You've got this.
Listen, you guys know what this is all about, right? Right? What's it all about? Spurgey?
Hard work and having fun.
That. This is about winning.
God, dude. I mean, how do you not love this team right now?
I checked.
My God.
I checked, and I was told that was spontaneous and not arranged at all. That
Which
was
part? The Spurgeon
Jared,
part? Or-
Jared's response is really what he said.
Wait, he wasn't joking?
He wasn't kidding. That was a serious exchange. So what Jared said, it's about hard work and having fun, was his true response. It wasn't arranged so that Billy could say that. Bill asked the question legitimately, pointed to Spurgeon. Spurgeon said what Spurgeon said, and that entire
I
exchange
know that.
was
I know
spontaneous.
that. I'm saying, did Spurgeon say it? Like, was Spurgeon saying it because he thought that that's what the goal was, or was Spurgeon being? I think Spurgeon was being tongue in cheek because he had a little cheeky grin when he said hard work and having fun.
I thought so
and somebody
too.
else laughed.
I was told it was all pure.
Interesting. Because that would make me think twice about Spurgeon as a leader. Like, you hear about hard work and having fun.
Phil,
No, we're here to win.
But think about like this team previously. It's been about complaining. It's been about, can I have fun? Like he's a great player who has been brought up in a toxic household. Like he's finally out. They've all escaped. They've all gotten away from 20. They've all gotten away from 11. Like it took some time, man. They're scarred.
Yeah.
They're scarred.
I got one more bonus statement here for you guys, and I'm sort of back interested in the Gophers. I think my statement is this: imagine if they hadn't lost to Bowling freaking Green 3 weeks ago. So they come back, they win on the road at Purdue, which by the way went into Iowa and beat the number 2 team in the nation. Iowa wasn't really the second best team in the country. They were frauds on that level. It is kind of fun to see, like, when, I'm in a glass house as a Gopher fan. Like, I can't really chide Iowa and Wisconsin until the Gophers are more like repeatably great. But Iowa was never the second best team in the country. I think they're probably one of the 15 best teams in the country. But the Gophers, 2 straight conference wins. They tried hard to lose that game on Saturday, but we'll look past that for now. Now you get a home game against Maryland this upcoming weekend, in which you're currently 5-point favorites. Northwestern on the road, so a little bit tougher on the road the week after that. But Northwestern lost to Nebraska 56-7 a couple weeks ago.
Northwestern's awful. They've got
God, like we kind of lined it up after they beat Colorado 30-0. You're looking at the schedule and you're like, I mean, they should rattle off like 6 straight wins into that Iowa game on November 13th. They could still rattle off 5, but that Bowling Green game is going to stare you in the face. So I think what I'm hoping for now is, can you win your next 3 and set up a 7 your record will be 7-2 against whatever Iowa's record would be in that spot, and you still have a chance to win your division. But I don't know that Tanner Morgan can be the guy that carries you there. I'm just kind of wondering what some of the other options might be.
That late game meltdown was odd, right? Like the 2, I think it was back-to-back possessions. He threw picks.
He's not very good. Yeah.
But what happened?
He's not very good.
I don't think he's that great.
Okay, but
he's not mobile. You need a mobile dude too. Like, if you why do you have a mediocre pocket passer that can't run in 2021? Like, at least give me a guy that can run for 100 yards and, make big plays improvisationally.
But 2 years ago it felt like he didn't make these type of dumb mistakes. Like, he's got a skill set. It's not great, but he's got a skill set.
He also had Rashad Bateman that he would
Chris
just
Ottman-Bell's a really good player, and he's got guys to throw the ball to. Although this was proved, anybody, and I mean this, almost anybody can be the running back for this team. Mm-hmm. Like, we're so obsessed with, oh my God, this guy's out. What's going to happen to the run game? Well, they're going to find the next guy on the depth chart, and he's going to run for 130.
Yeah. They need a quarterback who can just be like, if if you're Alabama, you can have a game manager quarterback because you've got NFL wide receivers, NFL offensive linemen, right? Like Mac Jones is kind of a game manager, quarterback. If you're the Gophers and you're not getting, like, they're getting some 4-star guys, but you need a dynamic player that can elevate guys around him, and Tanner Morgan doesn't do that. So, all right, boys, that's a wrap on Mackey and Judd here today. Tomorrow we'll get you who gets it and who doesn't. And Purple Daily, don't forget Vikings vent line yesterday was hot. It's already on pace to be one of our, if not the most consumed Vikings vent line of all time, just based on the way that game ended. So check that out on the Purple Daily podcast feed on demand. And if you're watching us on the SKOR North YouTube channel, thank you. Click subscribe and the like button and spread the word about SKOR North and Mackey and Judd to a few of your fellow Minnesota sports loving masochistic friends. See you guys tomorrow.